Welcome back. When I was growing up, my mother taught me that if you work hard, you will get the reward that you're working towards. And I think that everybody has experienced a time when you worked hard at something and you didn't get that reward. Like you worked hard at a job, but you never got that promotion. Or you worked hard at a relationship, turned yourself inside out, still didn't work out. But then there are times like this, when you work hard and you sacrifice and you get the reward. That's how I'm feeling tonight, because there has been a ship that I've been wanting to fly for over a year. And I was very fortunate enough to receive it as a gift for my birthday, which was in June. And I've been training for it ever since. And now I can finally fly it. So yes, I'm about to have a moment. That moment where you celebrate finally getting... I look at this ship and I'm starting to tear up, because all of my friends have been flying this ship. I kid you not, everybody in the old corp. They've been flying it. It's like they went straight out of Newbieville into Paladinville. They've been flying it forever. I saw them flying it and it's like, one day I'm going to be able to fly that. And then I got stuck with the rebalancing. By the time I got done and training for ships that I was given for a gift, I've mentioned many times in my videos, if somebody gives me a ship, I'm going to train for it and fly it. And I put the ships that I put rebalancing first, because there's like a deadline, and then I the ships that have been given to me as a gift next, and then whatever else I want to do. But what usually happens is by the time I finish training for the ships to fly it, it's time for another rebalancing thing, and it's just been like a cycle of that for a year and a half. So I haven't gotten to this one. So during a stream, I think it was my birthday, I did a stream for my birthday, and because I wanted to say thank you, because in many ways I owe my life to Eve, because finding out that I had the pneumonia so many times, and needing the vitamin D, that all came through Eve, even when the doctor said I didn't have it. So I did a thank you stream on my birthday, and I had mentioned that I had, one of these days, I'm gonna fly this Paladin, and someone was nice enough to give it to me. And at first he thought that I wasn't going to train for it. I forget what happened. And then I said, no, I need like 60 days more to train for it. And so he's like, oh, and and we ended up deleting those comments in one of the YouTube videos, because I wanted it to be a surprise. Because if you're close to me in any way, you know how badly. That and the Macreal, until they nerfed it. Supposedly they nerfed it, so it's a beautiful ship, but I don't do nerfing very well. So I'm glad I haven't flown it yet. And to be honest, I don't know if I can fly it yet. I think I'm at a point now where, for all the kind of ships that I would fly, because I just don't see myself doing command ships. I mean, like, why? I think I'm there where I don't have those huge, long training. Now, the modules to fly it like I want to, I'm probably going to see red all over the place. But I'm very happy right now. This ship is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. This was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So what else going on in Eve? Lots of controversy with the change in the terms of service. Personally, I don't have a problem with it because I don't do scamming, and I will put a link in the video as to what supposedly caused all of this. The Matani.com had a story about how somebody scammed Kriba. And, well, let me rephrase that. They didn't scam Kriba. They were doing scams posing as Kriba. And if I understand the article correctly, they actually edited the wiki. The Eve Online wiki. Evelopedia. And that's where I think the line was drawn. For me. I mean, if this is what really happened, and that person actually edited, there has to be an area where if Eve is going to host that wiki, then the information on it has to be gold. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is coming from the game developer. This is supposed to be a source of accurate information. Anybody that fucks with that needs to be banned. No ifs, no ands, no buts. You want to scam in the game. But the Wikipedia is not not the Wikipedia. The Evelopedia is not in the game. That's outside of the game. And so I think there's a saying, this is why we can't have nice things. Well, when somebody goes too far, usually that's when, you know, all the stricter rules come down, because somebody gets the bright idea to do some stupid shit that if you think about it, you know, it's like, well, you're forcing them to have to do something. Because the minute that wiki is not accurate, you know, that's like their manual. Why would you? I don't know. Yeah, I do know. I agree with CCP changing things up, because I mean, a lot of people say that's brilliant, and maybe it was cool to try to go after Kriba, but I think when you, well, not go after Kriba, but I don't get joy out of fucking up somebody's reputation, particularly someone that's done so much good for the community. That's just not my thing. I've said that many times. So when somebody says that's brilliant, or that's, I don't think it's brilliant, I think it's more sick than anything else, because you know, like I'm sitting here recording this, that if you were to do that to that person that's saying it's brilliant, they'd whine like a little bitch because they wouldn't like it. Nobody does. But in game, you can pull that off. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But yeah, I think it went too far if the person actually edited the wiki and whatnot. And I think because of that, to prevent that from happening again, you kind of gotta, like I said, this is why we don't have nice things, because a lot of times somebody goes too far and pushes the envelope. So this Eve is supposed to be a hard game, and it doesn't really matter about how things have always been. Who gives a fuck about that? If you want that hard game and you embrace that hard game, then embrace the fact that scamming just got harder. You're going to have to be more creative. Stop whining like a little bitch about it. If you don't like it, leave. I mean, isn't that what they say? You know, if you don't like such and such and such and such, you know, leave the game. So, and some people have. You know, there have been some people that have said that they no longer wish to play. And CCP said that they are going to be looking into this issue. I just wish that instead of whining, people would just raise the bar. You know, I kind of wish that. So we'll see what happens with it. It'll be interesting. The winter expansion is supposed to be released or not released, announced on September 26th, I think it is. It's probably going to be more rebalancing, but I'm hoping that they add more PvE content. I'm hoping that they add real content to the game. No more. I mean, if you got to rebalance ships, fine. But you've been rebalancing ships for the 2 years that I've been in the game. It's time for new content, in my opinion. So, and not just redoing what's already been done. Add some PvE content. Make some, because rep is so important in this game. The missions haven't been touched in years, and it feels it. Add some missions. Do something. Add some more PvE content. I'm interested to see what what it is, but I know I keep hearing from people, and I kind of feel that way myself. If they don't add something significant, then it's time to peace out for a little while. A lot of people that I know have already let their accounts expire, and they said that if this winter expansion doesn't bring something to hold their interest, other than a little mini game where going in you're not going to get all of the loot. They're going to let their subscriptions expire. And that's sad. And particularly with Star Citizen coming out. Star Citizen, the more I hear about it, the better it's looking. And I know so many people that are just patiently waiting for that game to come out. And they will not log into Eve. And that sort of brings a double-edged sword, because you have people paying for the game, but then the game becomes a ghost town because not that many people are in it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but you can see in the last video where people have said, yeah, I left Eve, I left Eve, I left Eve, I have left Eve. There's quite a few. And I hope that this is the first time where that I can recall that CCP would have real competition with a space game. So I'm hoping that lights a fire under their ass to get it together. So thank you for sharing this moment with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.